Whether you are a fan of pop rock and all its fancy presentation and romantic hooks, you cannot deny the musical talent of Brendon Urie and company. And while Urie now stands as the only remaining member of the band, the panic still continues nationwide with consistent touring that leaves behind a trail of screaming women. One of the biggest contributing factors to the success of Panic! At the Disco over the years is that the music has been willing to adapt over time. Every album since their most well-known album, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, has invoked taking steps to further the sound and introduce something creative and new while still holding true to what made them famous. The unique lyrics in both story and dialogue format, from an amazing vocalist behind extremely catchy rhythms, has cemented the band in many listeners' long-term memories, along with a name as memorable as Panic! At the Disco. So almost 3 years after the most previous release, we are given more tragedies and memorable songs with Death of a Bachelor. And while many songs from the new album were released well before the album's debut, Brendon Urie is still in a constant stage of eagerness to deliver new material. In an interview, Urie stated, "I'm just excited to show people this album's because it's so different. I don't know how to describe it. Someone asked me which of our previous albums it is most like, and I said the first album. We'd never done anything remotely close to that before, and that's how I feel now. That's how it felt when I was writing this record." With the eagerness from Urie and the many songs already presented from Death of a Bachelor, there seems to be more than enough hype for Panic's fifth full album. Hallelujah was the first look at Death of a Bachelor, and once again showcases both the singing talents and writing of Brendon Urie. And while both of those characteristics are impressive, their first single does lack that certain punch. It feels more generic with what sounds like stock music playing and a chorus that surrounds a single word, destined to be a live event sing-along. It is a matter of taste, and this song has already proven to be a hit on radio play, but when hearing about the overwhelming excitement to show new music, this song somewhat left me uninspired. It wasn't until months later when more songs started coming out that I realized there was much more to get behind in Death of a Bachelor. Even if the band is now virtually a one-man show with backing musicians, it's the lyrics and vocals that are the starring attraction of this album. In many ways, the lead instrument is the singing voice of Urie, with cymbals and guitar riffs providing accompaniment. The fortunate side of that trait is that many songs beyond Hallelujah deliver on that talent successfully.
Champagne, cocaine, gasoline, and most things in between. I rode the city in a shopping cart, a pack of camels and a smoke alarm. This night is heating up.
Songs like Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time and LA Devotee stand out more as having a rhythm to work with the vocals. These are the songs that carry the album and make Death of a Bachelor stand out in a good way. There are more creative elements in these tracks, along with the horn-heavy sounds like Crazy Equal Genius and The Good, the Bad, and the Dirty. It's these tracks that aren't so much the advertised singles to promote a voice, but rather the unique backbone that makes the album stand strong. While not every moment of this album is solid gold, there are definitely gems on this album that are not only worthy of a best-of album in the future, but also songs that will stand the test of time, as what Panic! At the Disco is all about. It's now been 10 years that Panic! At the Disco has been in the spotlight, and as oddly confusing of a band name it may be, no one can deny the worldwide fanbase and support that the music has had and continues to receive. This new album will receive that same support due to the talent involved and charisma coming from every second. Overall, Death of a Bachelor may not deviate too far from past music, as many songs are instantly identifiable as Urie and company, but not only do those pros outweigh any cons on this album, you will be singing along to many of these songs for a long time to come.